On behalf of KPMG and Kia, I'm absolutely delighted to announce tonight's winner, Dr. Privahini Bradoo.
About 20 years ago, when I first moved to New Zealand, when I was 16, if someone said to me that I was going to start a company in green mining, I would have thought they'd lost their mind. When I moved here, I was convinced that I was going to pursue a career in science, that I was going to be a scientist. I thought that the world of business was the dark side. And I very dedicatedly pursued a line in biomedical sciences, went on to do my PhD, and through a series of serendipitous events was fortunate to encounter some incredible people in my life who made me realize that I wasn't just a scientist. As a part of New Zealand's knowledge economy, I had the opportunity to be a driver of New Zealand's economy. That all of us, we weren't just scientists or engineers or artists or musicians. We were creating this revving engine of economic growth that would help propel New Zealand on the world stage, which is where we belong. In this journey, I have so many people to thank, because your experiences and your actions take you so far, but then it's the people that touch your lives, that take you forward, that really get you to where you end up. As a part of that, I want to start by thanking my supervisor during my PhD, Professor Peter Gluckman, I believe he's here somewhere, for reminding me not to go down the path of reductionism, but to always remember to think laterally. I want to thank my families at Velocity and Chiasma. That was the first intersection and juncture where I realized the power of transformative entrepreneurial spirit. Dr. John Hood, Barry Spicer, Andy Hamilton were amongst many people who inspired me to take that entrepreneurial leap. And one person who deserves a very special mention is Jeff Witcher, who isn't here today, but he has been a friend, a mentor, and a guiding light over the last 15 years. When I moved on from my PhD and the universe of Velocity and Chiasma to the bright new world of the United States, New Zealand didn't leave me behind. It came with me. I was actually introduced into the world of sustainability by my fellow Kiwis. Dr. Colin South and Sean Simpson were both instrumental in getting me to understand how important work in sustainable development was, and sustainability was, and how New Zealand and New Zealanders had a really unique role to play in this. This was just a part of our mindset. Through that experience, I realized that we produce, as urban dwellers, an incredible amount of waste streams in our daily lives. As technology grows exponentially, so does obsolescence. We produce 50 million tons of electronic waste around the world. It's the fastest growing waste stream at the moment. In the US alone, we discard enough cell phones in a day to fill 50 football fields. When I started Blue Oak in 2011, our vision was to turn these really tragic places around the world that had become infested with these electronic waste streams that were discarded by the developed world and were causing tremendous damage to health and environment in those areas, in China and India and Africa, many, many places that were being affected. In that journey, we started our first facility in the US, And in that journey, I have many people to thank. My co-founder, Bryce Goodman, an inspiration and mentor, John Correnti, who was behind the success of Nucor, a Fortune 200 company, built with the same vision, except in steel, and 50 years ago. He passed away a year and a half ago, and that was one of the hardest moments of my career. But he taught me just how important it was to build a team that was smarter than yourself, that was able to help you achieve the vision because they believed in that vision as much as you. And finally, I want to thank my parents who've flown all the way here from Oman. My dad never lets me forget that it was his decision that I first came to New Zealand. He's really proud of it. And I'm thanking you, Dad, for making that decision, because it helped me find home. And Mom, she used to tell me when I was a child that there was nothing that was impossible, that I could do anything I wanted. And I'm so grateful that I am in a country like New Zealand, where that's just a part of the spirit of who we are. Thank you, Mom. And the one person in my family who's not here today, my brother, he is the joy of my life. And this award is for him.